Hello, everybody, and welcome back to yet another Coinsider live stream. You know me, I'm Kevin, and we go live at Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 12 noon Eastern time, all the time. So if you like my streams, you know exactly when to join me next. And today, I am super duper pumped for this stream because it's a new Bitcoin all-time high and it is Joyful July, and I told you so. So we're going to take a deep look into this new Bitcoin all-time high. We're going to take a deep look into Joyful July and a lot of other interesting topics surrounding this, okay? Okay. Joyful July only for BTC. Altcoins are pumping too, bro. Mohammed, if you're not in the altcoins that have been pumping, then you're doing something wrong. Let me just tell you that. Or you're like deep underwater from like last year. I don't know. But okay, let's see. I will for anyone watching the VOD afterwards, I am going to leave timestamps for you to skip around to the different segments if you want, but we would love for you to watch the whole thing. Also, the goal on this stream is 100 likes. We were able to hit that a few times in a row, but last stream we were not able to hit 100 likes. So if you like this stream more than last stream, then I would greatly appreciate if you would smash that like, whether you're watching right now live chat, or if you're watching the VOD afterwards, you can also give me a like. Let's take a look at some comments. Press the like for Joyful July. You enter crypto, so you enter pretty recently then, Maverick, right? I mean, Justin Sun's buying a lot of it, and it's a way to curry favor, but once his administration's over, I think I'm bearish on it, right? Let's see. Okay, as you all know, we got to start out with the market pulse. And for that, I have to open up some tabs. Blah, blah. And the crypto EQ. Okay. So, let me share my screen. Okay. So Bitcoin rocketed to new all-time highs. As you see this is ridiculous price action, right? Crazy new all-time highs. I told y'all. Wait, let me just say, I told y'all it would be Joyful July. People in the chat, I'm gonna call y'all out in all good manner. You said no, it wasn't gonna be. You're like, no, it's gonna go sideways, blah blah. I told you Joyful July is here, and I'm positioned to take advantage of Joyful July. And yeah, I mean, ETH went over 3K. There's a slight pullback, but I feel like we're gonna go on a moon mission still after this slight pullback. ETH pumped a lot. XRP, oh my goodness, why did XRP pump so much? Dogecoin pumped a lot. Cardano, oh my goodness. Hype. Sweet, everything is doing well. Joyful July. So let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. 71, it is feeling quite greedy. I would agree. I think if we have another like day of pumping, it's going to go into extreme greed, where it can stay for a while, just FYI. Let's take a look at BTC dominance. We always like to take a look at BTC dominance. This is dropping for quite a bit, right? You see this? However, last time's alt season in quotes, it only lasted for less than a week. So how long is this alt season going to last? Not sure. Is it really going to go down and give us a true alt season? Or is it just a mini, less than a week alt season like before, which is nothing to write home about, right? Another thing that I want to look at is the dollar strength index. We're following this. This is still has a slight bounce, but it's still on a massive downtrend, as you can tell, which is good for Bitcoin and risk assets. This massive downtrend for the dollar. Now, let's take a look at ETF flows. I admit the odds are shifting towards Joyful July. You should. It is going to be Joyful July, folks. I believe it. I hope people sell hard, especially the whale that moved thousands of... They're probably just upgrading and hodling. They're upgrading the wallet security, their address security, rather. Yeah. Oh my goodness. You see this, folks? You see this on the right? Huge inflows for the Bitcoin ETFs. That is great news. And then here, let's see. Wow, this really rocketed. This long-short ratio on Hyperliquid, this really rocketed. We do want to see this retrace eventually, or cool down, because that's unsustainable. Remember, I told y'all last time that BTC would go hunting for liquidity, and it did. It liquidated a bunch of shorts that were above the price. But now there's a lot of longs building up. And I don't know when, but eventually this price is going to hunt for the longs and flip. Now let's take a quick look at Crypto EQ. Remember, this is Crypto EQ Premium is included in every retail DAO VIP tier membership up to 50 members. But anyhow, I want to take a quick look at this. All the sentiments are positive. Price signals. Let's take a look at BTC. Hold signal. No trade pattern. Let's take a look at the day trader signal, just out of curiosity. It's definitely saying it's sell zone, taking profits here, which honestly makes sense because after this, like multiple impulse up, it makes sense that things are going to cool down a little bit. Strong sell zone. So even if this does go higher, I do agree with this. After all, for these signals, the point is to take profits rather than perfectly time the top, right? Okay. Yeah, whales are just updating wallets. No selling expected. I fully agree. I fully agree. Remember, folks, goal is 100 likes on the stream. If you're watching and you haven't hit that like button yet, please do. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, time for the main segment of the day. Joyful July. New BTC, all-time highs. I told you so. I have so many things to pull up and share with you. You think it's as simple as all-time highs and that's it? Well, then you'd be wrong because there's a lot of stuff. I'm opening up literally 20 tabs. That's why it's taking so long. So please give me a sec. Okay. Okie dokie, okie dokie. And chat, if you have any thoughts as we look through this, please let me know. First and foremost, biggest BTC shorts liquidation in years. Look at that. That is insane. That is insane. And then check this out. James Wynn, remember him, the hyperliquid whale? He got liquidated again. He was shorting and then he got liquidated again. And he's now down 20 million in his main wallet. Not going to make it. Yeah, James Wynn, counter trade this fool. He's probably long now as the market pulls back. And now he's shilling memes. Like, screw him, right? Good riddance. Remember German government? Germany sold all of their BTC at 54,000. They have now fumbled almost $3 billion. RIP Germany, right? Do you guys have any thoughts on that? Like Germany government, not going to make it, not going to make it. But here's something interesting. We're at new all-time highs in terms of US dollars. But the dollar has been weak even versus the euro. And BTC needs to go to around 125K to make a new all-time high versus the euro. Let's take a look at that actually. Let's go to TradingView, BTC euro on Coinbase. Yeah, we're not at all-time highs yet. Look, this is all-time highs. Right? We're not there yet. I think we get there eventually, but it may take a bit longer. Maybe a little bit of chop, I don't know. Right? What do y'all think? Look, this is euro all-time high. We're not there yet. So that's food for thought. That's food for thought. And Crypto Capo, he is a clown. He is a clown. He has been bearish since like 12K, like no joke. This could be the ultimate bull trap. Everyone is clowning on him. Crypto Capo led his followers out to slaughter. He's like the perpetual bear. And then here's something. The White House, their Twitter account is memeing about the markets going up. Like they literally got a V-shaped recovery in the markets, right? So you know we're back when the White House Twitter account is memeing about markets pumping. And then think about this, guys. Chat, did you realize that the Fed hasn't even cut rates yet? So when they do, are we going to rocket even higher? Are we going to rocket even higher? They haven't even cut rates yet, and Bitcoin is pumping so much, right? Just think about that. And alts are doing well too, but when they start cutting rates, is that full-on giga alt season, 10x, 20x, 30x, 40x at that point, right? He's just a perpetual bear. He's just sharing the bear case always for engagement farming. He's a clown, Crypto Capo. I wouldn't listen to him. Also, check this out. S&P 500, all-time high. NASDAQ, all-time high. Bitcoin, all-time high. Gold, all-time high. Home prices, all-time high. It's time for the Fed to cut rates. Maybe not. Maybe. This is why I said before in one of my streams that I think Jerome Powell was right to hold rates steady. Why should we cut rates when everything is rocketing right now? Right? Makes no sense. It's just going to cause inflation and a bunch of other problems for the world economy. I mean, sure, our bags are going to rocket, but the world economy is not going to be good, right? Actually, you know what? I want to put a poll for you guys to vote. Give me a sec. I'm going to pull up this poll. Cut rates. Okay. Starting the poll. So everyone vote. Should Powell cut rates when things are so high? Also, check this out. The Fed started raising rates at March 2022 with Bitcoin at 42K. 40 months later, Bitcoin is up to 112K, and all the poor fiat bros who said Bitcoin is a low interest rate phenomenon still have to listen to Fed announcements every month, like Surf's listening to. So Bitcoin is not a low interest rate phenomenon. Rates are high and Bitcoin is still rocketing. Nothing stops this train. Bitcoin to 1 million one day. Now, not anytime soon, but one day, Bitcoin to 1 million for sure. Okay, let me see what people are saying. Bad idea. Oh, just 4 votes so far. I'll leave that up for a bit. Okay. Remember this chart that I clowned against? People are starting to say that the M2 chart is back on track. And if we continue to follow this, Bitcoin's going to go up to 130, 140, 150K even. The Bitcoin M2 chart. Do y'all still think this holds? I don't really like the predictive ability of this chart. And like, I don't think it's reliable. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Bitcoin's going to continue rocketing just indefinitely for until like November, right? I actually don't think that's going to happen. Even though I'm a big proponent of Joyful July. Now, check this out. BTCD is the most interesting chart for me. Dominance is potentially signaling some weakness. Might be some time to start looking at some of these alts. So here's the thing. Remember this chart? We got to understand this dominance cycle, okay? So dominance decreasing. Dominance is decreasing right now. BTC is increasing, which means alt season, mini alt season. That's definitely the case right now. This has to sustain though for there to be a true alt season. But that's something to keep in mind. Check this out. Bitcoin dominance falling off a cliff. Altcoins are performing. We looked at this earlier together in the market pulse segment. But just something to keep an eye on. And guess what? Michael Saylor is of course happy. He is bull posting. The halls of eternity echo with the cries of those who sold their Bitcoin. RIP, those who sold their Bitcoin early. Okay, I'm going to end this poll, but thanks for voting so far. And also remember, folks, goal is 100 likes on the stream, both during and after the stream. So if you don't mind liking, would greatly appreciate that. Let's see. This is some bull juice for your veins. New research models show that Bitcoin could hit 1 million by 2027, 5 million by 2031. I honestly don't think this happens. And this is like legit. This is a journal of risk and financial management. This is not some degen crap. They did like demand multiplier, logistics style, adoption driven curve, parameterization. Dang, I'm like, this is like a tongue twister. Yeah. I don't think that's going to happen. That's way too bullish. Way too bullish. Maybe 1 mil by 2030 is my guess. Right? Let me know. Chat, let me know. This is something I want to hear from you. Let me know if you think when you think Bitcoin is going to hit 1 mil. Is it 2027 like these guys say? Is it 2030, 2035, 2040? When do you think Bitcoin will hit 1 mil? I want your thoughts. I want your thoughts, chat. Also, check this out. ETF flows continue to support a Bitcoin breakout. I'm a big fan of this Econometrics, by the way. As of today, our ETF flows model puts the expected price of Bitcoin at 119K, and the range of likely outcomes is still trending higher. And we already got close to 119K, so these were pretty spot on, in my opinion. This was from yesterday. And another thing is, based on MVRV oscillator, Bitcoin's price will be approximately 130 100,000. I don't know if MVRV is still going to be very accurate given the change of market structure and the advent of like the ETFs and Bitcoin treasury companies. But this is still interesting to follow, right? This person thinks 130K. So folks, we are happy for Joyful July. But you know what time it is? It is time for KOL Call Tracking. And we had our first call resolve to wrong. This guy, this clown. Here, let me show you actually. We retail DAO. We called him out right here. Their first KOL on our KOL call tracker. Oh, sorry, here we go. Finance Lancelot's call that BTC would never reach new all-time highs has been resolved to wrong. And he said right here, Bitcoin will never go any higher. What a clown. Clown. A lot of these other people are... Actually, can we resolve this to wrong? BTC downtrend. BTC, I'm going to resolve these to wrong too. This has not been a downtrend and has not been a drop in correction. Let me see what Bitcoin Schmitcoin is saying these days. I think he's a little washed, to be honest. And Roman Trading. Let's see what Roman Trading is saying these days. I'll be laughing in a few months watching you sell your unrealized gains for a loss. Top is close. Okay, let's add this. Let's add this call. Roman, let's see if he's wrong again. Roman Trading. Okay, let me do this. Roman Trading. What date is it? This is today, July 11th, 2025. BTC top is close. Let's say end of September, TBD. That's a good one to clown on if he's wrong. Let's see, what else? We already got this one, right? Colin Talks Crypto. Oh, he said new all-time high soon. He was right. We have something resolved to right. Colin Talks Crypto. Right. Let me share my screen here. Green. Okay, but there must be other Colin Talks Crypto ones, right? BTC, okay, we already got his BTC to 150K right here. So we shall see if he ends up being right. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, right here. I like this one. Kaleo said Doge ripped to 30 cents in a single candle. Kaleo, July 10th, 2025. Doge ripped to 30 plus in a God candle. Oh, Kaleo. Okay. End of, let's say July for this, TBD. Okay. What next? What next? Like here, for example, he's talking about the God candle. But let's see, what else should we add to? Well, Income Sharks got this right. I don't think we tracked it beforehand. I'm not gonna add it after the fact, but he was right. We already saw 3,000 ETH. He was right on this. Is Arthur Hayes joking about this? $10,000 ETH? Is he joking? I'm gonna write it down, but I think he might be joking about it. Arthur Hayes. What date is it? I already took a screenshot. July 10th, 2025. ETH to 10K. End of 2025 TBD. Okay, let's see if we want to find one more for today's KOL call tracking. Actually, let's add this. Crypto Capo, because I said he's already a... But maybe he's right, who knows? Crypto Capo. What is this? July 10th, 2025. This is the ultimate bull trap. This is a bull trap. End of July. Like, if it retraces and goes back down, then he would be right. Okay, but we have a lot of progress. We have some rights. We have a few wrongs. I'll give myself some time before I say victory. I did say new all-time highs easily, so technically I am right on that. 3K ETH this quarter. Did we already get 3K ETH? Can we call this a successful? We did hit 3K, right? Yeah, we did hit 3K. Let me call this a right. Pentoshi 3K ETH right. All-time high in July, right. Pentoshi right. ETH down to, dang, that's crazy. Okay, I'm happy with this, guys. We will continue building this out in the next ones. The next section I want to do is Tokenomics Takedown. This time for Mantle, like y'all requested, right? I think it was Maverick, and then next time Say. But first, Mantle. Mantle, MNT. Let's do a Tokenomics takedown of this project, a deep dive into the tokenomics of it. One sec, let me add some stuff to the screen share real quick. Give me a sec. Okay. So if you don't know, one sec, give me a sec. Okay, so if you don't know what Mantle is Ethereum's largest L2 with ZK proofs, etc., etc. It's an L2 with zero knowledge stuff. And here's some context on its token. Hasn't really been doing that well, but maybe showing a little bit of signs of life. If you don't know, one sec. If you don't know, Mantle was originally BitDAO. They were a DAO focused on funding Web3 projects, but they kind of pivoted and rebranded to Mantle, changed their Bit token to MNT, and changed from a DAO, like an investment DAO, to a Ethereum layer 2 solution. And in terms of tokenomics, here's where we're going to base it out of. What you have to know is that there's a fixed supply. There's no ongoing inflation or minting. Around 54% of the total supply is circulating, and there's no cliffs or unlocks for circulating supply. The treasury funds are released via proposals and whatnot. So it's pretty standard. That's just to give you a context of this before we dive into the pros and cons. So one way I like to look at it is looking at the faucets, which is the sources of new tokens, released through proposals. That is a medium amount of MNT being released through proposals, and also like reward programs and whatnot is low. So the faucets, main faucets, are the treasury distributions, right? Now the sinks, which we like sinks because that removes tokens from circulation. Staking and locking, this is high, around 65% of circulating supply. Gas fee burns is low. Everything else is low. So the takeaway here is that there's a lot of staking going on, and that is higher in magnitude than the faucets, the proposals releasing tokens into circulation. So technically this is good, but like anyone can unstake and sell if they want, right? So staking is not the strongest sink. So that's why, and also like on the demand side, right? We need more than just speculative demand. We need actual usage and whatnot. And that I don't really see that much for Mantle, which can explain why its chart looks like this. So, I mean, its tokenomics aren't that bad. I give this a B. I like the tokenomics, but I'm not that big a fan of just like where they are in terms of positioning, their sector, and their use case, right? I gave their tokenomics takedown a B though. It's alt season already here, just a mini one so far. We shall see, we shall see. Okay, that's it for Tokenomics Takedown. I want to do a rate my coin segment. Chat, if you see this now and you want me to review your coins, drop it in the chat and I will get to that in a rate my coins segment. In the meantime, I'm going to do change my mind segment first before we get to the rate my coins. But that's going to require y'all to drop some coins in there. This is a very pertinent. So yeah, chat, please drop your coins, your latest picks, your latest altcoins that you want me to review live, and I will get to that. But in the change my mind segment, Here's my change my mind. How many of y'all have such stories? You take screenshots, you're like, I'm rich, but they're all unrealized gains, and then it dumps, and you bag hold, and you round trip, right? So you should sell, change my mind. You should sell when you start taking screenshots and getting to, getting too euphoric. That is my change my mind. Let me know what y'all think. Okay, I will look at Say, but folks, please continue to share your altcoin picks, project picks, and I will roast them or rate them. Actually, I can't say roast. I'll rate them in a bit. But first, some DAO updates. Okay, check this out. Retail DAO has a new gorgeous website. If you have been on my stream before, you know that the website looks super ugly, was terrible at conversion, terrible at telling our story. But now it has a whole remake, super gorgeous, super optimized, and it's going to get people in. Check out our site, folks. Using my link below, check out our new site. And guess what? Guess what? Is this connected? Who knows? But our retail token, boom, God Candle, new all-time highs, almost at 1 million market cap. I don't really like focusing on the charts for retail. Oh, dang, that's like, okay, that's not really how to do that, but here we go. But this is a beautiful chart. New all-time highs for retail. So just wanted to share that a bit. Yeah, screenshots is a clear sign you should sell some coins. Okay, rate my coin segment. We have a Say. We have Say. Let's take a look at Say real quick. Let's take a look at Say. Let me share my screen. You think Say hit 10? 10? Wow, that is generous. 10 would mean, let me do some math. 10.33, that's 30x. 30 billion market cap. They just have so much competition. I doubt it. Maybe it can hit like 5, maybe 3, possible. I don't know, man. There's just so much competition. I mean, it's a parallel blockchain. I mean, Solana, Mega ETH, Sui, right? I mean, this is a solid project, but let's look at its ecosystem, right? Dragon Swap, I mean, a lot of these are just like services that are on every chain, you know? Gaming. Okay, I guess there's some games on there. DeFi. This is okay. I'm not the biggest fan of Say, to be honest with you. Oh, we got another Rate My Coin. KOL scan. Hell yeah. Let's check that out. Remember, KOL scan was acquired by Pump Fun, and they rocketed. Let's check this out. KOL scan. Right here. Oh my goodness. They kind of like pumped and then been dumping ever since. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. I would not touch this. Fundamentally speaking. And look, it was like dead and then it rocketed when there was that announcement about Pump Pump Fun. See, Pump Fun, right here. Pump Fun acquired KOL Scan. It's a wallet tracker, blah, blah, blah. And their token absolutely rocketed. Just tracking meme coin stuff. Honestly, like their token is kind of worthless in my opinion. So I would not touch. I rate KOL Scan a D. Yeah, I mean, think about it. They got acquired. Pump's going to have their own token. What's the point of KOL Scan? Yeah, it explains why it's up a gazillion percent. Exactly. Rate my coin segment, folks. Rate my coin segment. AIT protocol. Okay. AIT protocol. Let's check out their chart first. Wow. This looks freaking dead. Okay, this is a slight pump, but 4 million market cap. Why? There's so many more promising things that are rocketing. Even Doge is rocketing. Even ADA is rocketing. What is this for? Is it even gonna load? Is it my internet or what's up? Or is their website just not loading? AI models aggregator. AIT is fully in the hands of the community. I like that. I don't like a lot of these AI agent projects unless there's an AI agent wave. I rank this a C. Yeah, you must be way behind, Maverick, but I agree. No way ETH reaches 10K this cycle. But anyhow, folks, I am having a blast. We are having a blast. New BTC all-time highs. Every stream that comes after a BTC all-time high is an absolute party, right? So joyful July. I think this continues. I'm waiting for more joy in the rest of July. But now I'll let you have the rest of your day back. Thank you so much for joining me. The goal is 100 likes. If you haven't liked yet, chat, please give me a quick like. I'll end the stream a little bit earlier than usual, but we just had so much great stuff today. And when am I going to see you next? Yep, I'm going to see you next Monday at 12 noon Eastern Time, USA time. Always great. Please join us at Retail DAO. Check out the new site down below in the description and say hello, say GM to us in the chat when you're there. I had a blast. Happy new Bitcoin all-time highs, and cheers, everybody.